This is the first step in our video series on how to configure your warehouse management system for the first time. So firstly, to navigate to the warehouse management system, we just go into Merchant and then Stock. At the top of the page here we can then see warehouses, parts, stock categories, stock items, reservations and batches. Each one of these will be covered in a separate video. So the first step is to set up our warehouses. So firstly, from the top of the page we click on warehouses and go to the warehouse search. From here we can search through the existing list of warehouses, and we can edit them by clicking the green tick icon or clicking create on the right hand side to create a new warehouse. So from here we can give the warehouse a name. The link code field can be used for other systems which integrate with the eMark system. We can give a short description. We have the ability to set parent and child relationships between warehouses. So the warehouses are actually inside of our CRM company system, just with a different type of object being the warehouse. We then have the stock visibility. So this gives us the ability to restrict which warehouses are available for a particular portal. We can also override the default portal settings per company, which means that we can set one or more warehouses for a particular company or customer. If the company has been configured with a set of warehouses, that will override any default portal settings. So it means when the customer is potentially looking at products on the front end of the website, the stock levels that they see for a particular product would be the sum of all stock for that product across all the warehouses that are relevant to that session. Later in this video we'll also demonstrate how to set the portal settings from the portal side, as well as how to configure the warehouses for an individual company. So moving on, we then have some standard company fields here. We can mark them as active or inactive, and then we have the is valid target and is valid source checkboxes. So when moving stock inside the stock management system between warehouses, we obviously have a source warehouse, which is where it's coming from, and then it needs to go to a target warehouse or a destination warehouse. So by turning off the is valid target checkbox, it means that in the system we can't push stock to that warehouse, and the second one there, the is valid source, means that we can't move stock from that particular warehouse. So those are sometimes useful if we're dealing with mobile warehouses rather than real warehouses. And then lastly we have a telephone and fax number there. So just quickly filling that out. Once we're happy with the details we've put in, we then just click save to create the warehouse. So we can now see that we've got two warehouses there. So if we wish to edit the default warehouses for a portal, rather than doing it per warehouse, we can go into the portal administration. So we go into System and Portals, and then click the green tick icon on the relevant portal. And then down the bottom here we can see Stock Management, which allows us to tick one or more warehouses, which again just assigns them as applicable warehouses to the portal. So we tick the ones which are relevant to us and then click save at the bottom of the page. And then finally, if we wish to override the default portal settings for a particular company, we just go into the CRM and contacts, and then go to the company drop down and go to the company list page. We bring up the company record by clicking on the yellow magnifying glass, and then we click the edit button at the top of the page. So we can see here the bottom of the left hand side here the warehouse stock, and we can either use the default portal settings, or we can override that and change it to a different warehouse or a different combination of warehouses.